Hi, my name is Ernest Dollar, author and historian. And the French philosopher Louis Vuitton once said, "We may know ourselves, but we may never know our friends, unless they're our friends." I want to tell you about a woman who lived an incredibly wonderful life, did great things unbeknownst to those who were closest to her. She kept her secret life a mystery for over half a century. But tonight, we're going to tell you the story of Katrina Puffybunsovich, an incredible woman who we all know, but we don't know her real past. You may know her as Laura Fowler.
The southern coast of Easter Island is an unlikely starting point of Katrina Puffybunsovich. Her grandparents were the island's first to bring exotic adult toys to the island and prospered for decades, giving the small community an unlimited supply of pleasure. Her parents met on the island, brought together for their love of fetish wear and the mysterious island's past. Hector and Grimelda Puffybunsovich married and moved to the west coast of the United States, but the marriage did not last long. Hector died while working on a Hollywood set that was faking the moon landings in 1969 and left behind a pregnant Grimelda. Katrina was born on August 3rd in 1968 in Pasadena, California's notorious gummy bear district. She grew up along candy junkies and the influence of early psychedelic country music scene that flourished there. Katrina soon demonstrated her talents for dance, became one of the first to work in the city's all-child strip club, but the stress of performing took its toll on the young girl. Her childhood seemed picturesque to those who called her Puffy Buns, but the world around her and the increasing chronic fear of raisins changed her for the worse. At age 15, she ran away from the sardine canning factory where she had lived and headed east. There she reinvented herself and hid her identity, calling herself now Laura Fowler. She arrived in New York's growing punk scene in 1977. There she found solace, inspiration, and love. She began a torrid love affair with Dimples Rathbone, lead singer of the legendary band the Poo Poo Huffers. Their heated romance inspired a young UK punk, Sid Vicious, to date his muse, Nancy Spurgeon. The love affair ended after a long and devastating chocolate addiction. But Laura tried to turn her life around and entered Notre Dame University and pursued a career in political science and underwater basket weaving. But there, Fowler was unsettled and listless. Once again, she found herself in the music scene, this time on stage. Performing under the name Firecrack Whore, her first single, Stella and the Starlight, landed up in the top 5 songs for 1989, but the music abruptly stopped. But as many times in her life, she reinvented herself once again. She caught the next big wave and found herself in the middle of the new rave movement sweeping the nation. She put her music talents to work and soon attracted audiences to clubs who wanted to hear and to dance to DJ Osteoporosis. There she hobnobbed with New York's underground elite, Pixie Summers of the band Victoria, and Latvia's top techno sensation Smoogle and Schmarm. The rave scene and its foundation of mood-enhancing drugs brought out Laura's true feelings and fueled an evolving sexuality. In the summer of 1989, a chance meeting at a timeshare sales pitch brought Fowler together with her next love, a woman, Sarah Snappy Snatch. For the next 2 years, the women shared a deep sexual relationship that left many friends concerned and worried about the safety of the lovers. But the fire that burns the brightest also burns the shortest, and the women soon parted after an all-night fistfight on the top of Elvis Presley's Graceland mansion. Fowler once again preferred the company of men. She brought her unbridled passion to her new relationship, perhaps too much, and within a year she had given birth to 2 children. But the pressure of motherhood was too much for Laura, who at this time was suffering from a severe crack addiction and sold her children. It did not take long for authorities to find Fowler, and the next 5 years were spent in and out of trouble with the law. In 2001, Fowler did what she'd always done before and reinvented herself once again. She checked herself into the Michael K. Parker Addiction Facility in Altoona, New Mexico, and began her recovery. While there, her eye was caught by the institution's field hands, one in particular, Guillermo Quijones. Guillermo was kind to Fowler, and they struck up a friendship, but not all was as it seemed. Guillermo, too, had his past and dark secrets. Many considered him to be a bad hombre. But the couple flourished together and were the genesis of New Mexico's new goth and rockabilly scene. Despite various court injunctions and lawsuits, Fowler and Quijones married together one of Southeast Santa Fe's most successful dog grooming and pet portrait studios. In 2014, Fowler became the city's most powerful businesswoman, along with Electra Cargo, the leading suspect in the 1985 Beanie Baby murders. That same year, Laura and Sarah put their past behind them and renewed their friendship. Snappy Snatch and her wife, the Czech supermodel Zoe, together released a children's album recorded in Klingon. Now, at age 43, Fowler has a content life. She's prospered and she lives a full life, an incredible life led by making incredible times.